Would it surprise you to know that student enrollment in the US public school system has been on the decline for years? And I'm not just talking about the last couple of years during the pandemic either. Parents have been pulling their kids out of the public school system for some time now. I figured it was about time I did a homeschooling in Florida video so that I can help you become more aware of the laws and to give you some Florida specific and general resources for you to check out. So if that interests you, stay tuned. My name is Genise. My family and I moved from New York City to sunny Florida about a year ago now, and I make videos for those people who are looking to do the same, as well as videos to help you live your best life once you get here. So if you're new, I hope you will consider subscribing by the end of this video. Now with that out of the way, let's get to it. First off, homeschooling is a legal option in all 50 states, so clear the air about that. As a matter of fact, according to the census website, since about 2012, there was a steady incline in the amount of students that were being homeschooled by their parents, and it was increasing at a steady rate of 3.3% annually. I'm going to link the article down below in the description box if you're interested in reading it and taking a look at the numbers for yourself. They show a lot of interesting little statistics and factoids in there. And according to the same article, Florida saw the steepest incline in homeschooling rates of households. In 2020 alone, Florida saw a 13.1% increase. That's pretty big. That was the most out of all of the states, actually. And why am I spitting all these numbers out at you? You might be wondering, like, really don't care, Genise. Get to the point. I just want you to know that if you're considering homeschooling, you are not alone. Homeschooling is starting to seem like a better choice for a lot of parents. So if you're considering it, don't be talked out of it by people who maybe don't understand the choice or haven't done any actual research into it. At the end of the day, it is your child or your children, and you have to do what you think is best for them. No one else is going to answer for your child at the end of the day. And another reason I wanted to make this video is because while it is legal in all of the states have different laws when it comes to homeschooling your kids. They have different requirements for it. They have different assessments for it. So it is good to become versed in the homeschooling laws of your state. For the sake of this video, being that I am in Florida and I am trying to educate people on the laws here in Florida, that's the state I'm obviously going to stick to. And information like this is typically available on your local government's website. But I do have another great resource that I found when I was kind of perusing online. And that website is the hslda.org. I'm actually going to jump on my computer and share what I find on that website with you, and we'll break it all down together. Okay, so here we have the hslda.org website. Again, it's a great resource. They have different articles to help you out, explore homeschooling. They do have a membership to kind of help you walk through all of it if that's what you're looking for. And they just have a bunch of things happening here. So the way you find out what the laws in your home state might be, you could either come up here to the drop down under legal, and right over here, as you can see, it shows state homeschool laws. And then the second way is if you go to the homepage and you come all the way down here, they also have homeschool laws by state. So let's click there, read more, and then you'll see the map of the United States. You can either click on it from here or go to the drop down and search for your state. So let's click on Florida. And when you click on Florida, it gives you the snapshot of what you're looking at for requirements by law. So let's just run through these really quick. Over here it says Florida Homeschool Law at a Glance. Options for homeschooling. Apparently they have 3 options here. School required ages 6 to 16. So notification required. There are states where you have to notify someone that you are intending to homeschool your child. So here it's a no unless you are going with option 1 from up here. Let's see down here. Do you have to have teacher qualifications to homeschool? None for parents. State mandated subjects? No. Assessment requirements, no, except for option 1 again. Immunization requirements, no. So while I find this website very, very helpful, I also want to say that I never like to go into things by just word of mouth. Like, yes, I'm pretty sure it's all up to date, it's all good. But just in the off chance that something last minute changed and they just haven't updated their website or anything like that, I do like to hear it from the horse's mouth. So you can always go to the Florida Department of Education website, and that is fldoe.org. You come to the main page here, you go over to schools, and then you drop down to school choice. Click on school choice, and when you come here onto this page, you bypass all of this, you go to other choice options, and then come down and you'll see this here, home education. Click here, and then here, you know, it's not like a huge page of things that you have to read, but here they have home education facts and figures, which is interesting to read if you're interested in that. Seeing the numbers, the annual reports of how many people have decided to start homeschooling, the statistics, all of that. And that's pretty up to date, September 2021. But what I really want to see is to make sure that everything they said at the HSLDA website is also matching up to what the Department of Education is saying to do. So if we could just go back, home education, and go to parent resources. Now here, you see what the 3 statutory requirements are. So file a letter of intent with the school district that you reside in, be prepared for annual evaluations that you have to turn in to the district, and then file a letter of termination with the school district that you reside in when you have completed your home education program. They also have parent frequently asked questions if you're interested in looking through that. Who can teach in home education setting? What are the responsibilities of parents? As I'm sharing this with you, I'm also looking into it for myself, taking a deeper dive so that I can be more knowledgeable for when the time comes for Annie. I just wanted to go back to those 3 options again because I think it's really important to know. It's like the first thing that you should know, really. The first one is homeschooling under the homeschool statute. And for that, there are many things that you need to know because this pretty much means that you're on your own. You've decided that you're going to throw yourself fully into it. It's all going to be on your shoulders to make sure your child learns what they need to learn, that they know what they need to know, and that you also can prove it to the powers that be that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing with your kid. You guys aren't just sitting around watching Peppa Pig all day long. Like, you're legit sitting there and your child is learning and they're not suffering from being homeschooled. So it all falls on you under this option. So when you do option 1, you have to file a notice of intent to homeschool, and that has to be within 30 days of beginning the program with your child or your children in the house. If you read this all yourself, you'll see what has to be in there. And you have to file this notice of intent to homeschool with the county superintendent. It's not an annual thing that you need to do. You do it once and then that's that. Then the second part to this is that you actually have to maintain a portfolio of all of the work that you and your child have done throughout the year. So all of this stuff has to be kept in a portfolio, and you have to hold on to it for at least 2 years. And that's just in case the school superintendent requests to actually review all of that paperwork in your portfolio. And part C to this is that you would have to have your student or your students evaluated annually. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different ways that you can have your student evaluated. And so these range from being evaluated by a teacher that holds a teacher certificate, taking standardized tests given by the state, being evaluated by a licensed psychologist. The second option is not as hefty because you are going under a private school's umbrella program. So they're kind of just giving you everything that you need to teach to your kid. It's almost like they're doing it, just virtual school. Option number 3, the final option, homeschooling with a private tutor, has a couple of things that you need to do with it as well. And when you hire a private tutor, then you also need to keep records as well. And then they also add in here, under the private tutor, is that there are a set amount of days that the student needs to attend. So that's 180 days.
Notice that's down here, but that wasn't up here in option 1. So you have a couple options that you need to look through, see what works best for you and your kid or kids, and then go from there.
So if you're considering homeschooling, which of the 3 options do you think you would be more likely to choose, and why? Let me know in the comment section below. So while the hslda.org website is a great resource with a lot of information, and I believe you can pay for membership and they give you even more articles and more in-depth stuff that you can read up on in regards to the legal side of homeschooling, I also wanted to share another great resource, Facebook. There are a ton of Facebook groups out there that are for homeschooling parents, and the likelihood of you finding a group of homeschoolers in your local area is very high. I'm a member of 3 homeschooling groups on Facebook, and I get a lot of information. They share a lot of resources. You have seasoned parents on there who have been homeschooling their children for years already. You have parents of homeschool children on all different ages and different grades, and they're all there just ready to answer questions. Even if you haven't made the choice yet and you're just considering homeschooling, I would highly recommend plugging yourself into one of those groups. For me personally, I got so overwhelmed off the bat that I didn't even want to look at it anymore, because I just jumped headfirst in and I started looking at curriculums. I started looking at the way other mothers set up, their home classrooms, and I got so overwhelmed without even really fully comprehending or understanding what it's going to take, what my options are. What I'm trying to say is, don't overwhelm yourself right off the bat with all of that. Familiarize yourself with the homeschooling world. Familiarize yourself with the laws and check out the resources that I'm giving you. So now that you know what the homeschool laws are here in Florida, I want to hear from you. Are they more cumbersome than you thought they were going to be, or do they sound like easy peasy, like you were just building it up so much in your brain? Let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear from you guys, because for me, now that I've actually done the research and looked at it, it doesn't sound as bad as I thought it would be at the very beginning. But yeah, that's just me. So let me know what you're thinking in the comments. And if you found this video helpful, I would appreciate it so much if you showed this video some love by giving it a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed to my channel already, then go ahead and hit the subscribe button now and the little bell that pops up next to it, so that you can be notified of when more of my videos hit my channel. And while you wait for that next video, go ahead and check out these videos right here, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.